right, so in 8.6, we are looking at finding the annual percentage rate. So the APR, is what it's also known, is the interest charged annually on a debt or paid on an investment. That should be paid. The finance charge is the total amount the borrower pays to use the money. It may include interest and fees. So to find the APR for $100 of the loan, the finance charge divided by the amount borrowed times 100. Hector has agreed to pay off $3,500 on his home theater by making 24 monthly payments. If the total finance charge on his loan is $460, what is the APR he is being charged? So we've got a chart here, much like the previous one. The finance charge per $100. Here's your APR, your annual percentage rate, and here's the number of payments. So for example 1, we're going to figure out what we've got here. He is looking at the finance charge on his loan for $460, that's the finance charge, over the amount borrowed. The total amount he is trying to pay was $3,500 times 100. So this is 8.6, and this will be example 1. So we're taking that finance charge divided by the amount borrowed times 100. So our finance charge is $460 divided by our amount borrowed was $3,500 times 100 will get us $13.14. Now, if we use the table for 24 months, the amount of $13.14, so we go to the table for 34 months, the amount closest to $13.14, we have to look at these two here. This is a little less, this is a little more. So the closest one, though, is $12.98. It's closer to $13.14 than $14.10. So 12% will be our APR. So the closest amount to $13.14 is $12.98, and then that will be a 12% APR, because that is the interest rate up there. All right, example 2. On our handout, Jessica is considering buying a used Toyota Venza costing $11,850. The terms of the sale require a down payment of $2,000, the rest to be paid off by making 48 monthly payments of $250 each. What APR will she be paying on the car financing? So using our APR table, we're going to find our APR. So we've got to figure out how much did she finance, because she made a down payment. So the amount financed will be equal to the total of the car minus the down payment. So that's going to be equal to $11,850 was the total for the car, minus a $2,000 down payment gets us $98.50. So that is the amount that is actually financed. Now, what did she totally pay for this? She had a payment of $250. So her total paid is going to be the number of monthly payments times the payment. So in this case, our number of monthly payments, she is making 48 monthly payments, and her payment is $250. So times 250 will get you a total of $12,000. So to figure out the finance charge, we'll take our total paid minus the amount financed, so this will be the total that we paid was the $12,000 minus the amount financed was $98.50, which will be $21.50, because we're looking for the actual interest that they paid. So they paid $21.50 in interest. That's the finance charge. This is the total they paid, not for the vehicle, but the total they paid for the loan. So total paid, or total loan, the total loan paid. We'll look at it that way, because that's what they paid on the loan. They actually paid another $2,000, but we're just looking at the finance part of it. So now that we have the finance charge, we can take our finance charge over the borrowed amount, or the amount borrowed, times 100. So this will be $21.50 from our finance charge over the amount borrowed, and the amount borrowed was the $98.50 times 100 will get us $21.83. So using our table, we're looking for the $21.83. So we are looking at 48 months. So for 48 months, we're looking at $21.83. Well, $21.74 is as close as we can get to that. So we come up and our interest is 10%. So again, for 48 months, $21.83, closest to that $21.74, so it equals a 10% APR. All right, example 3. Jeff is considering renting a high-definition TV from a nearby rent-to-own store. He can rent the TV, which he saw priced at $479 in a local store, for $19.95 a month. If he rents the TV for 36 months, then the TV is his to keep. Analyze this rental agreement to determine whether Jeff is making a wise decision. So we're going to look at whether he bought it versus if he rents it to own. So the total paid for our rental, this is example 3. So the total paid for the rental will be equal to the number of monthly payments times the payment. So in Jeff's case, we are looking for 36 months. If he rents it to own for 36 months, so 36, and we're going to multiply it by the payment of $19.95. When you do that, it's $718.20. So let's go look at the finance charge. So the finance charge is equal to the total paid, of course that's on the loan, minus the amount financed. So the total he's going to pay is $718.20 minus the amount financed. We know that it was $479 at a local store. So that's originally what he would have financed it if he just went and bought it. So $239.20 is what you get. So if we look at our finance charge, over the amount borrowed, times 100, will get us that $239.20 over the amount borrowed times 100 gets us 49.94. Now, if we go look at our chart for 36 months, we're nowhere near 49.94. It's not on the table. We'd actually have to use technology or a big equation to find the interest rate. I'm going to tell you that the interest rate is 28.53%. So, when you're looking at that, is he making a wise decision? Should he just save his money and just buy it when he can? Or should he pay almost 29% interest? That's a lot of interest. So that's a choice that you have to decide on whether or not it's a good choice. All right, to approximate the annual percentage rate, that's what these little tildes mean, is just approximating. The APR is approximately 2 times N times R, so the number of payments times the rate, over the number of payments plus 1. So Penny must borrow $4,000 to pay for her last year in college for her tuition. Her bank will give her an add-on interest loan at 7.7% for 3 years. Estimate Penny's APR. Alrighty, so example 4. So remember, your APR is approximately equal to 2NR over N plus 1. So on this, we need to know what N is equal to and what R equals. So N is equal to our number of months. Now it's for 3 years, so 3 years times 12 months will get us 36 months. And the R being the rate, which is 7.7%, we got to move a decimal over 2 places to the left, and we get 0.077. So for our problem here, our APR will be equal to 2, because that comes from our formula, times our N of 36, times our R of 0.077, all over our N of 36 plus 1. This should get you 5.544 on the top, divided by 37, which is 0.1499. Now that's a decimal, that's not the percent. So the percent, you're going to move the decimal 2 places to the right and get 14.99%.